In other news, the 69 delegates of the All Progressives Congress in Kaduna State have endorsed presidential aspirant Bola Tinubu over his aspiration to contest for the presidential seat in 2023. The delegates gave their support after Governor Nasir El-Rufai said he will only rally around any candidate supported by the delegates. And while speaking to delegates, the presidential aspirant said he remains the most capable candidate for the job. He promised that if elected president, his administration will support industrialization and good projects.
I come to assure you, I am one of you, I identify with you, and I'm determined with you. If given the mandate of our party, that we will defeat all evils called banditry. The critical item you need for industrialization is electricity. Once you have it constant and sufficient in the right voltage, yes, the textile industry will be back. The farmers will feel secured. With all these arable lands, we must bring back the commodity exchange. Guarantee you farmers the prices and give you the credit necessary to make things. We are serious about that. That's where we are running. Some may be running, I don't know where to. But me, I'm going to the villa.
Well, there you have it, the APC presidential hopeful and former governor of Lagos State, Bola Tinubu, followed by the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai there. Well, joining us now is Babacir Lawal, former secretary to the federal government. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for joining us.
Fan of Bola Tinubu, you're campaigning for him to be the next president. You submitted his form yesterday. But let me ask you, it's on record that he said this is his lifelong ambition. Should he not get the ticket of the APC, would he leave the party?
Well, it depends on how he loses. Bola is a Democrat, and he knows that any election, there will be a loser and there will be a winner. Any election that is conducted in a free and fair and openly transparent manner, if he loses, which we doubt he will gladly accept and congratulate the winner.
Well, we hear that he has a little over 350 delegates so far in his kitty. That's a far cry from the 7,800 or so delegates that need to be wooed. What exactly has Bola Ahmed Tinubu been telling the delegates? What is he selling to them, and are they buying it?
Bola doesn't have only 350 delegates in the kitty. The requirements for filling the form is that you must get at least 10 delegates per state to nominate you.
Right.
So that is why the 370 came from 10 delegates per state. 36 states plus Abuja will give you 370. That is just what the form requires for those to nominate you. At our last count, we have over 5,000 delegates committed to Bola Tinubu at the convention.
Over 5,000?
Over 5,000.
Okay, so what exactly is he telling those delegates? What is he selling to them? I mean, we heard him there say, well, some are running. We don't know where, he doesn't know where they're running to, but he is running to the Asurok Villa. What exactly gives him that confidence?
Bola Tinubu, since he joined Nigerian politics, has been open with his principles and economic principles, his social principles, his manifestos, what he intends to where he intends to take Nigeria to. He has been open. We have compiled this into a manifesto which we are editing, and at the right time we will release to Nigerians what the Bola Tinubu government would do for them.
You said it depends on how he loses, even
Yes.
though you're confident. Are you expressing doubts in the process of the APC selecting its candidates?
We have been in Nigerian politics for years, and we know that sometimes the process is not very open, it's not very clear. Some desperados sometimes will want to circumvent the process and win the election. It's a Nigerian phenomenon.
Who takes responsibility for that? Is it the political parties themselves? Is it the politicians? Or are you blaming INEC for this kind of loopholes that can be taken advantage of?
Now, let me tell you, my own experience is this.
Yes.
The government and the authorities will always insist that elections be run in a free and fair and transparent manner. But the candidates themselves do not believe in these principles. It's a win at all costs for candidates. That is why at police stations you see violence, you see rigging, you see all manner of illegal activities being taken, so that the candidate just wants to win. He doesn't care how he wins. They said it's better to be taken to court than you to take somebody to court. So usually, the president, for example, I know President Buhari, every time there's an election, he insists, let us allow Nigerians to cast their votes. Let us respect the PVC that the Nigerians have. But on the field, it's something quite different from it. INEC sets all the rules to get a free and fair election, but the candidates themselves at the police stations, they don't care about it. They use all manner of means to win the election. So the system is, the fault is really with the candidates who are desperate to win elections at all costs.
Well, let's go to the number of aspirants again that Bola Tinubu has to face. From his own region, the Southwest, there are not less than 5 aspirants from the region. Does that not limit his chances?
Theoretically, it does. But I mean, from our team, the strategy team of the Bola Tinubu campaign structure, we don't recognize any other candidate from the Southwest. They are there, they've bought the form, they have 100 million naira, they've spent it on the form, but where they get the delegates is a wonder to us.
That's quite interesting. And some of those running include those that supporters of Bola Tinubu like yourselves have, accused of being traitors or betrayers at best. I mean, you have people like the Vice President, Yemi Oshibajo, who's running. Of course, the governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, is running. What are your thoughts exactly? Why the sense that these people don't have the right to run? Is that what it means?
They have everybody in Nigeria, every citizen of Nigeria has the right to run for president, provided he meets the legal requirements. It's a right. However, ethics and morality bestow upon individuals the behaviors that are expected of them. For example, it's our African ethics will not allow me to contest against my father. Nigerians will frown on it. The Nigerian ethics, African ethics will not, even though they have the right, 2 brothers to contest against each other for the same position. The same way, if you mentored somebody, everybody knows you've mentored somebody. And then he wants a particular position. Morality will require that you desist from contesting against him. Take me, for example. I was an appointee of Buhari government. Morality will not allow me to contest any position that Buhari wants to contest at the same time.
Even if you're convinced that you have more than what it takes to run and to deliver, the dividends of democracy to Nigerians.
Even if I believe I am the best candidate of it, morality and ethics are very important to the well-being of a society.
Some people will say perhaps you're not ambitious enough, but again, let me take you to the numbers and the candidates, the aspirants, beg your pardon. When you look at the number, there are speculations and insinuations that the reason you have so many people come out for this ticket in the APC is because there's a ploy to weaken the southern region, to have a northern candidate emerge. Is this something your organization is thinking about? Do you see that playing out? There are so many southern candidates to diminish the opportunity for a southern candidate to emerge.
You said insinuation and
speculations.
Speculations.
Yes.
discuss speculations on TV.
Well, speculations are rife. They're out there.
Anyway, in real terms, if the contest is between Southerners, for example, they share the votes. Even if we are 1,000 that are going into this election, there are about 7,800 delegates. It is expected that the man who comes out with the highest number of votes wins. So it doesn't matter if there are 1,000 contestants from Ogun State. When we go to the convention, the man who has the highest number of votes, this highest number of votes could be 200. The man with the highest number of delegates could be 200. Others maybe 180, 150, 10, 0. But the man with 200 wins. So it is not a function of weakening anybody. It's a function of anybody getting the highest number of votes at the convention. Now, if you look at the general election for presidency, the constitution has quite a number of other specifications. You must get the majority votes, and then these votes must be spread from at least 2/3 of the federation. In Congress, in the convention of a political party, that second requirement is not there. So who gets the simple majority of the votes carries the day. It doesn't matter where they come from.
But is it not a question of morality? Because the general mood seems to be that the presidency should go to the southeast in 2023.
Should go
to the southeast. As a matter of fact,
why should it?
Well, Pandef, Middle Belt Forum, Afenifere, they have been insisting that it is only morally right, it is just, it is fair for equity for it to go to the southeast in 2023. Is that not a moral position to take? My
sister, I'm from the northeast. The last time the northeast produced a head of state was Tafawa Balewa. Then Atiku, of course, vice president. The last time the North Central produced a president was Gowon, way back when we were kids. So when you talk of morality and rights to presidential, what happens to those two results?
So why aren't you supporting your Northeast candidacy, for example?
Oh, Atiku
if that's your position.
Do you know that Atiku comes from my state?
Yes.
Northeast, PDP.
Oh, well. So, now, you made a statement. You said Tinubu will go home. Let's move away from that. That Tinubu will go home if he loses. Will he really go home?
Well, is he supposed to go heaven?
Tell us.
No, you asked the question. I don't know what.
Because you seem to have put a caveat to the, if he wins correctly. Now, and the question Adeswa asks, do you have doubts that there will be
the Bola Tinubu organization? The Bola Tinubu organization is populated by very intelligent people, highly educated, highly experienced in this type of things, but all Democrats, all Nigerians, patriotic Nigerians. Okay? So now, we are not pushover in any way. We've done a what-if analysis, all the scenarios that can possibly arise at the convention.
Okay.
We've done it.
So, is he worried about his age and the reports about his health? Nigerians have had this conversation. They need a vibrant president.
Youthful,
who can withstand the rigors of being the president of Nigeria.
Yes.
He's bothered that his health and his age might work against him at the general election.
Yeah, it's for Nigerians to decide. It's not for us to decide. But let me tell you, the president of America is how many years old? Obasanjo was how many years old when he was president? The past presidents, how many years were they? The best presidents now the world has produced are mostly below 78. The youngest president we know in this era ended up marrying his teacher, isn't it, France?
Yeah, but when there's a question of health status, it becomes an extra source of concern.
Can you show me a medical report that you have that tells us that Bola Tinubu is too sick to be president? Do you have that report?
We hope he can present.
You are speculating.
It's not speculation. There have been instances, all kinds of situations, but we will not even talk about that.
No, but
now we'll have to leave it there.
They say those who are sad should prove.
Well, thank you very much, Babacir Lawal, former Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Thank you for joining us. We wish you all the very best.